In this week's channel messages from the guides, we talk about what to do when there's darkness all around you. One of the first steps is to shift your focus. See where your focus is. Are you focusing on all of this negative that's happening around you that you don't want to see? Or are you able to find the light and focus on this being an opportunity for change? Because that's all this is. The darkness is coming out into the open so that you're aware that it's there, and this allows you to actually change and adjust what is happening on that front. So for those of you that are new to the channel, I am a light worker and I use automatic writing to connect to my guides, and I share their messages here on this channel. So let's get into this week's reading. There are always changes happening around you. How you want to view or handle them is always your choice. There are shifts happening currently, not only with the planet, but political and energetic changes as well. You will naturally be drawn to where your gifts make the most sense to be used. There is no judgment when it comes to how involved or not involved you get with the different aspects of change happening. There are always options and ways for you to find your place and what makes sense to you. If you are not one for confrontation or fighting, then activism on the front lines may not be your fit. But if you are a problem solver and good on the intellectual end, then being behind the scenes or implementing changes by way of inventions or finding loopholes or policies would be your fit. All efforts are important. You just need to find what speaks to you and where you want to put your time and energy. Where does it feel like a benefit and not constantly draining you or making you feel worse about a situation? Taking care of yourself and your energy is always the first line of defense. How you choose to view things is also important for your vibration and your energy. If you only focus on the negative, then that is what you will draw to you and the vibration you will find yourself in. Your focus will always create your reality, even if it's not the reality you want to see. We aren't asking you to be oblivious to what is happening in the world around you, but for you to choose a better outlook to help raise yourself, the vibration, and the planet out of these lower vibrations instead. All it takes is for you to shift your focus to start to pull in the better storyline that you want to see. You must remember all of this was always there. It was just hidden below the surface. It just seems that there is more negativity now because it is no longer hiding in the shadows or staying quiet. That does not mean there is more, it just means that you can identify what was always there and address it properly. Think of it like a war. If the enemy is hidden, then you think to yourself that you're victorious and the threat has been eliminated. All the while, they are there, watching, planning, plotting, and you have let down your guard and started to feel safe. It's not until the enemy comes out of hiding that you can assess the situation and know exactly what you are up against. This allows you to address the problem now that you have all the information. That is all this is. The darkness is coming out of hiding instead of plotting in the background. You can now see their cards, know what you are up against, and you have the opportunity to properly address what is not working and get the backing of the masses who can no longer ignore what is now out in the open. You must bring the darkness to light in order to see it and remove its hiding place. This is how you start to resolve some of the long embedded issues and fix them at their source and not just on the surface. This is an opportunity to finally fix the problems as they can no longer be ignored. They can no longer hide. This opportunity is a changing point to take things in a new direction that will keep things transparent moving forward. Take this as a blessing and start to do the work. You must shift your focus to the possibilities and positive changes that can come from the darkness revealing itself. You must not join the darkness or its views. That is its goal, to drag the collective to its level of darkness to allow the advancement of what it is trying to achieve. You must remember that they were hiding because they knew that they were outnumbered and knew that they did not have the majority behind them. This is why they were hidden. This is why they hide their faces and intent and must lie to try to get the people to back them. If they were in truth, they would not have as many following them. Notice what happened as the lies came out. Notice what happened when the results they seek came to the surface. Notice how many, with the wool pulled over their eyes, changed their stance and recognized their mistake. This is how you know it is darkness. Light does not need to lie to get followers. The truth and community are how they stay in the light and know that you aren't being deceived. Those with a conscience, who care about others, who care about the whole, will choose correctly. Notice who is choosing otherwise. Those with individual interests, those you know can be taken down and are grasping for control by removing the people, by removing the truth, by controlling the narrative. You wouldn't need to control the narrative unless you knew that you were hiding something, unless your intentions didn't match what you were saying. Use your instinct. Notice where those with the highest education get their information. Notice how they vote. These are the people who comprehend the world and know how things work, who work with diversity in the masses, who know how to learn from the past. Why do you think those pushing darkness go after the education system? Why do you think they prey on those less educated? You can't pull the wool over the eyes of someone who can think for themselves and are able to see the bigger picture, past the pieces to see the whole. There is a story here. There is a narrative. Notice what is really happening, and it will start to fall into place. Learn from the past, or you'll continue to repeat it. Find what is calling out to you and why. What stands out. What triggers and what frustrates you. These are the indications of your beliefs, your values, where you stand with things. It's okay to be frustrated and annoyed with the world or the actions of others. That is part of your experience here on the planet. But see where that energy comes from and how it can best be used to move things forward. There are those that it bothers enough that they find a constructive way to make changes with inventions, protests, activism, and starting a cause to promote change. There are those that don't want to be the face, but help in the background by supporting in whatever ways that they are able. The point is, do something with that energy. What are you feeling called to do that would help you transmute that energy into something more positive? It's not beneficial to anyone for you to let it grow and form resentment or hate in your system. This is an opportunity to create what it is you want to see instead. This is all an opportunity for change. You just need to ask yourself where you fit in and how you can best help. It doesn't have to be big or showy. The goal is just to shift your focus from the darkness to building the light that you want to see instead. Your focus is everything during times of distress. Are you focusing on the darkness, giving it more power and validating its presence and effect, or can you shift? Can you find the light? Can you see the opportunities? Can you find the good among the bad? Where is your focus and what is it manifesting? You can start small by fixing where your focus and energy goes. It might not seem like much, but think of it as an election. Which candidate are you putting the power of your support towards? Which scenario gets your energy, time, focus, and belief? If it's not the one that you want to see moving forward, then fix that. Once you start to put your focus on the light, you'll notice what you gravitate towards. You'll notice the stress and anxiety in your body start to dissipate as you are taking back control of what you let into your body and energy field. Is it dark or light? Is it love or fear? This is where you have control. Once you start to regulate yourself, your health, and what you manifest, you can then work your way outward. But you must start from within first and lay the groundwork. This will help get the universe and what you want to experience into alignment. Where is your focus and what are you creating? This is always the first place to start when the outside world is not to your liking. This is how you can recognize and change how you are contributing to what you see. This is how you can change the picture. Grab a different paintbrush and adjust the direction of your creation. Though you might not be the one creating the negativity you see in the world, your focus is what gives it power. Your energy is what gives it its strength. It needs to continue in that direction. Once you can recognize your role in it, you can change course and allocate your resources to what you'd rather see instead. This is how change is made. Thank you, and I will see you next week.